Oh, you can't ignore my battering spray for battering a person.
Siegfried. Zagreus. Hit on Zagreus.
No, not again. I'm all at a 40 point.
You're out.
You're
Wait.
yeah,
That's what he just said. It doesn't do anything.
Blessed by his god, just not
Bro,
hitting
Okay. Half action
This is the
aim,
fucking
half action
best of his
fire.
sword, please.
Hey, another headshot! But
Let's
damage is
go.
still shit.
Alright, Griffon is gonna try and take a little bit of the heat of Zagreus. Go here, hide behind the rat, and make an attack at plus 20. No, plus 2000 apparently. That's a hit. That's a hit though. My fucking let me just do one more. My fucking zero button is dying.
I love how it only fucked up because you put it a plus.
Yeah, it would have worked just fine. You know what? What does it look like when you do 2000? 30.
I like that he tells us what edition we're playing.
Anyway, that's a success.
Notation. Jesus Christ.
Okay, only the first is hit there. I moved, so 13 damage against the storm worming. That's my turn. E plus 30. Your average dwarf hit rate. The player.
Wait, that was you. Sognar.
Alright.
I'm not keeping up in turn order.
Alright, since we have the storm burn outnumbered, I'll swing for that one, since that's gonna give me a 20. Let's see.
Yes. Oh.
Alright, so
Go for it.
Oh, that's 23.
Remember how we were saying that if you were doing 25 damage, you'd be killing him in one hit?
yeah. Alright, then I'll swing at the would that be plus 10 for the that one? Since there's only two of us.
Yeah, plus 10.
Alright. It took me a little bit to get warmed up, get enough fury built up.
It's like, no, as you don't add them together to do 25 damage. You know what? Fuck you. Orcs.
Fuck you, I'm gonna find a way to do 25 damage.
Siegfried.
Okay. Siegfried is gonna.
This last one is not great.
Yeah.
He probably defecated himself.
Can I roll like?
Zagreus.
Yeah.
We're just gonna say you were offset by the smell, which made you miss.
So, how much is that? Plus 30?
Plus 20. It only ever goes to plus 20 for being outnumbered.
Wow.
This is gonna.
I mean, what? Yeah.
This is gonna be the little Skaven that believed.
The Skaven, in his fear, seems to find a resolution. And in the brief period of time, you see a calm come over him. And he prepares his strike against Griffon. He looks the most damaged. And misses horribly.
Watch we all fumble our attack rolls right now.
Roll.
That'd be hilarious.
Half action aim, half action fire. Little Skaven that believed, and Ralph is fuck you, bitch! No, fuck me, I missed.
Griffon! He gets back. Well, we had a party wipe. we finished off all but one clan rat, and then he fucking murked us.
I like the idea that, hey, what do you spend most of the session doing? We spent most of the combat fighting. Like, what did you fight? We fought, for the majority of it, one fucking clan rat because we couldn't fucking hit each other.
Oh, did you fight a boss? No.
No.
What? Clan rat?
Just a normal clan rat.
Fucking
He
have to
was the
start
chosen one.
Start the Nemesis system up.
He just wouldn't stop believing.
He comes back as a Stormmerman somehow.
Oh man.
Oh, in typical Nemesis system fashion, he's gonna look like a completely different Skaven now somehow.
No, this guy just shows up, same name, learns Rexspiel just to BM us.
Just fucking T-poses on you.
Kicks our ass again. Man, I remember this guy in like the fucking Mortar game with the Nemesis system where he had this like the one Nemesis that would just murk him like 20 fucking times, just showing up, killed him, left. And it like the worst part is he didn't actually kill him. He just left him alive every time to BM him.
I had one oh that's the wrong map.
Mm-hmm.
I had one that like there was one just rando, not like a named rando, but rando about to kill me. And then my nemesis shows up and stabs him and is like, "No, I am the one that kills you."
That's great.
Destiny has reserved that pleasure for me.
And then you probably murked the guy.
Of course, but it's just like, oh.
Whew, thank God you saved me for that competent work.
Oh wow. I actually decided to look into Shadow Wards. Actually, they're going on almost 6 years now.
To my
God,
great
was it-
sadness.
Jesus
I
Christ.
had one nemesis that had the giant fucking monster as a pet.
Hell yeah.
Whatever the fuck they were called.
Graugs.
Yeah. It's just like, that's kind of annoying.
Yeah, just a bit. Okay.
He shows up and it's like, God damn it, time to hide.
Have a run.
Okay, so we've beaten down this little force in front of us.
Yep.
What happens next? I assume we just keep moving further into the camp.
Correct. So, on a whole, it is pretty even at first, but as you and the knights push through the line, that distinct scent starts to fill the air as the Skaven start fleeing. En masse. And cheers go up as the battle is won.
Hell yeah. All right. As we clear our way into the camp, how does it look? Just a bunch of slaves all everywhere?
It is. There's crude, like wooden structures and tents and that kind of stuff for the slaves. And it's not a great place at all. Like, Skaven slave camps, like we were joking about larders, Skaven slave camps are larders. Like, if you're not useful, you're put into the cooking pot. And for some strange reason, all that seems to be really here in this camp still is mostly the men.
A little bit worrying.
However, as you go around and start talking to them about your plan to bring down the Skaven's plan, I will need a charm check plus 10 from someone.
I guessing that would be Zagreus because I have like.
Zagreus is the party face. Go do it. You can.
Yeah.
Rolf
God.
can also try.
God, I can't wait until I can pick up something like command. Jesus.
With
So
my
Rob, you're helping
master
out
orator.
Yeah, Rose can help Zagreus playing up the angle of being like, you know, the little peasant boy that was no one and yet still right now is helping
Now,
the, well,
this
fighting of the
isn't
Skaven.
just about us. This is about the Empire as a whole. Out there lies the army of Karl Franz heading back from fighting the great enemy. And these Skavens look to ambush them as they pass through Talgard. We will not allow that to happen. For the sake of the Empire, I bid you stand. Men of the Empire. Wait, was it just 20 or...
I said plus 10.
Oh, you said plus 10? Oh.
Yep.
When I just said, like, if rolls can assist, does that assist means that I roll or to do?
I will, however, give another plus 10 for the speech. And so it does succeed.
Huzzah!
Oh my god, even dwarf succeeded.
Alright,
I don't
Sogner,
expect
what
that
do you say?
Sogner, you inspire everyone who can speak your language, which is only Griffon at this point in time.
Do you use Norse skin or Kazalid? Because you do see a few dwarves in the camp.
I'm gonna say uses a Norskin.
Oh, for
Yeah.
fuck's sake.
Nobody understands.
It's enthusiasm that they
There's
do.
a few applause for the very heartfelt speech that Sogner gave. However, nobody understands what the heck he was on about and soon goes back to their business.
Roll me a D100. And do you want high or low?
I'll say hi.
Alright.
I just imagine it's the fucking enthusiasm that's really getting them.
You see, stepping out of the crowd, this large man with a flowing red mane of red hair and a red beard step up and give you a fist bump. As it is Leif Erikson Day, and you have an XP of Leif Erikson in the army now.
Oh, no.
Why there's a Norse skin here, no one fucking knows.
He's from Nordland. He just emigrated from Norska.
Very well.
Siegfried will announce that anyone who wishes to fight alongside us, grab a weapon and we march into the merchant district. Sure.
See, a lot of them are picking up the Skaven swords and stuff because, I mean, it's a weapon.
It's a weapon. It's too small, too crappy. Sometimes it stinks, but it's a weapon when they need it.
Yeah.
And with that, with the slave camp destroyed and liberated, we march with our friends in a last desperate attempt to try and give the army enough time to make it here, towards the catapults in the merchant districts.
Before you guys do depart, you are, in fact, how much time would you be willing to be seen by Priest Ashalia?
Well, we need everyone, so how long would it take?
We could probably spare like a couple of minutes, I would assume.
2 rounds per D10.
To be fair, we would probably require like 20 minutes to an hour to like gather the people in the slave camp, like free them from their chains
Yeah.
and everything.
So yes, you guys would be able to take turns to get healed up.
Very well.
Don't know what you mean. This is why we're armor.
Uh-huh. In which case, Griffon looks slightly more living than last time you saw him. Uh-huh.
I am so happy that the Skaven kept whiffing their blows at me.
Nah. The Skaven didn't whiff. You parried them, trust. Mm.
Who
Oh, you
who
didn't. You didn't want to be like me like last week.
who would win a battle-hardened veteran made from one of the few survivors in the Skaven batches, or one Speedy boy?
You get a scout report from Joran
Mm-hmm.
as well of the Dragonholm itself, and he sees that it seems that silver buildings were converted into some sort of factory,
Mm-hmm.
and from that location, a strange green gas occasionally vents.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's
And
a
ash
good
and
thing.
ash starts falling.
Because, well, they need something. They need ammunition to fire from their catapults. If we take out the ammunition source,
Hmm.
because out of character, I'm pretty sure this is the place where they are producing the big fucking globes of toxic gas.
I do not think that we have the. We do not have the resources required to actually demolish the buildings, though. Huh?
Lighting it on fire would be more than enough. Mm.
I mean,
Fair point.
didn't we see that the stuff that rats are using sometimes turns against them?
Well, I feel like the issue there is that the last thing we need is more of that green smog over the city.
Well, Griffon says, shaking his head, we don't have much time, and sometimes, well, consequences are what happens. Mm. Griffon actually scratches his beard. I do think that the boy is right. We should go for that factory. We could be out looking all night for those catapults. As scattered they are across all of the merchant districts. But or we could fight the likely more heavily fortified factory of theirs and do as he says, use their own weapons against them. What do you say, everyone? Let us cause a little bit of havoc among these rat scum.
It is a very risky gamble.
It
Doing
is.
that.
All of this is.
Destroying their sources of ammunition would grant us time.
Yeah,
whether or
that's what I'm thinking about.
But whether or not we'll then have enough men to take on the siege engines themselves, that's where I worry.
That is the problem. We must choose. Do we take the siege engine and hope they cannot build more? Or do we take the Ram factory and hope they cannot build more there?
While you guys are talking and planning, I'm going to take 5 and go get some breakfast.
Okay, see you in 5.
Alright.
I do think, given that we are on such a short time, I do think apprehending the siege engines and maybe then turning it on the buildings that they use for the ammunition may be an idea.
Griffon just laughs. Brilliant idea. I'd love to do it, but I doubt anyone here can aim as one of them. At this point, we might as well just send it all the way to the law district. I love your ideas. This might be followed.
I mean, aren't dwarves masters with using siege weaponry?
Well, we are. That doesn't mean that every one of us knows it. I may be able to figure something out, though.
I mean, out of character, my vote would probably still go for the Dragon's Home, for the ammunition factory. Because if you take out the ammunition, they have the siege engines, but they cannot fire anything from them. So they are like useless pieces of wood and metal. And I do have a hope that because it's Skaven tech, if you just like hit it a few times and cause some havoc, it's gonna cause a chain reaction.
The problem is it is unreliable Skaven tech, so it's not reliably exploding either.
It's a bit of an issue.
I mean, either way, Dragon's Home was considered a target because that's where we believe the Grey Seer is, and we thought that if we take out the guy in charge, then the Skaven will lose cohesion.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, wasn't that like the main? Yeah.
So currently we have two problems. We can A, go for the ballistas, which means one, finding them, and B, being able to destroy them in time, as they probably are fairly hefty. Or we can go for the factory, which is A, fighting whatever guard is currently keeping watch over this very vulnerable factory, and B, finding out a way to destroy it that hopefully doesn't, pour toxic gas over the rest of the city.
I feel like the factory stuff would be more suited for a fucking strike for like a small scale force, or in other words, us. Depending on the amount of things that we're expected to fight there.
Oh yeah, how did your Baldur's Gate game go?
Which one, the co-op or the
co-op?
We stopped because I think Zach had to go do stuff. So it went all right. Having a cleric is so good, which he's playing a fighter cleric, half orc.
I'm generally certain that no matter what we pick, it's gonna be ugly and rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I need to quickly spirit back.
And there are no perfect solutions. So, and I rather hope, like even if we don't have any explosives, I rather gamble on us destroying the factory by causing a chain reaction by just like smashing some stuff, than like smashing ballistas with our like weapons. But then again, I will, in character role, will follow whatever Siegfried decides. And out of character, quite flippantly, for the most part, the city is fucked as it is, so.
I return.
Welcome back.
Alright.
It's very quiet.
I believe Donut mentioned that he has to be right back.
Okay.
But yeah, we did some discussion. What should we do?
I'll come back.
Next. So, in short, I will vote for Factory, but in character Rolf will follow whatever Siegfried decides on.
I'm just trying to think which would be the most strategically positive action.
I think Zagreus would vote for going for the catapults.
Yeah.
Even if they were to not have ammunition, they would still be able to use other forms of ammunition for the catapults. But if we destroy the catapults, then they have no means to sending out said ammunition.
Yeah, I feel like there's the big issue currently that if we do also try and take down like the ammunition, they may just set up other ammunition sites elsewhere. Siege weaponry is a little bit more difficult to construct and move around than the ammunition to use it.
All right, fair point.
Now the question is, which one do you think would have more enemies?
Probably the catapults.
Then I'm gonna vote.
Maybe it's like really hard to tell.
Yeah.
I vote for whichever one has the most enemies.
More or the more dangerous enemies.
More dangerous.
That'd probably be the ammunition.
Yeah. The
Thought as
ammunition would
much.
probably. Yeah, the ammunition would probably have less enemies, but they'd be more elite. While the catapults just have more enemies. Full stop.
All right, I vote for that.
It's a difficult one.
I mean, still, even with that, I think the majority, like 3-2, is for the catapults. Because I think also Zagreus was for the catapults.
Yeah, Zagreus was for the catapults. I think Siegfried is currently for the catapults.
Griffon was for the factory.
Yeah.
I think Rolf was for the catapults and.
Oh yeah, that's
Sogner was
right. Yeah.
Factory.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot that Rolf.
You could always
see these.
do option C.
Split the party.
Absolutely fucking
mean-
not.
That's not option B is not splitting the party. That's just die.
Maybe.
Well,
Maybe.
here's the idea that crossed my mind: is that we have a small force, i.e., us, go to the factory, while the rest of the forces go deal with the catapult, and then we can rendezvous with the. After we've seized the factory, we then rendezvous at the catapult.
Possible. Like a big force, probably Skaven will realize that that enemy is moving towards the catapults. Maybe they will send some of the guards from the factory.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I definitely can go with that idea.
That way we try and take down two birds with one stone. Huh?
So what is the overall decision we're doing?
Well, I've presented a new plan, which is the main force deals with the catapults, while we go deal with the factory, and then we rendezvous with the main force at the catapults.
Unfortunately, this is just splitting the party with extra steps.
Well, it's not really splitting the party. It's just the NPCs are.
Yeah.
It's pretty much a two-pronged attack where the main force goes and focus on the catapult
Yes.
while you have a.
But
Other-
I get that. I just think we only need to break one of the two legs of the operation, either the ammo or the catapults. We don't need to break both of them, because with either way we get ourselves time enough, and that's what we need right now: time to let the army bring up, to figure out what the hell's going on, to get more men. If we try and take both of them out at the same time, we're liable to just get burnt.
Yeah, that is the issue. If we do essentially split up, there is a good chance that both fronts fail.
Mm-hmm.
On
Okay,
the other
so-
hand, there's also the chance that if we do split up, at least one does succeed.
Yes.
And you also got to look at this. You're also under the impression thinking that they currently don't have anything at the catapults, where they might actually have stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm 100% expecting resistance at the catapults, which
No,
is
I
why.
mean, they might actually have whatever they're making at the factory at the catapults already.
Yeah, that would
Possible.
be that would make the most sense, given that they are preparing for. I mean, we've seen them fire off ammunition, so yeah, they probably do have that there. Yeah, I'm thinking the catapults.
All right, Roll follows Siegfried's So he will also vote for catapults.
Griffon had disagreement, but does not disagree with the plan, and so he stirs his hat, smiles, and follows the lead.
Can I try intimidate the group to go for the factory?
You can try, but you're gonna get a shield bash to the nose if you take it too far.
All right, you follow us, Sugner. Battle awaits. You are spooky. Well, you are indeed very spooky, but well.
But seeing as Zagreus doesn't speak either Casalin or Norscan,
No one besides Griffon understands what Sogner is saying.
so he's the only one intimidated.
Like everyone takes a couple of steps back from the dwarf, but we have no idea what he's demanding, and so we shrug and continue onwards.
Since you're the one who can speak to him, Griffon, tell him to step in line, or it can be left behind.
Fine. Sogner, we're going to find glorious battle elsewhere than the factory. If you wish, you can take a victory lap there afterwards we're done with the catapults. After all, if the catapults are easy, you'll be in full strength to go out and take a dip into whatever they're making in that factory. And if not, well, weren't we right in that taking the catapults on, no?
You just see my character just raise his axe and just swing it past your head into the ground, just kicks the ground and starts walking.
Okay.
Bash to the catapults. I have one important question to our lovely DM. Has enough time passed for this to be a new day so we have fortune points?
Yes, please.
Because holy shit, I have none.
Alright, in that case, 5 fortune points for me, yes.
I'm mostly curious if anyone had any fortune points left.
I had 0. I was
I've
completely
had
out.
0 for quite some time.
I believe I was the only one with some left.
This was
Yeah,
I think this is the. I think this is the longest day that we've played out in character.
Yeah.
Onwards to the catapults.
And so we march for war. Get rid of some of those things in the way. The rest I can't move.
So, as the army, where the fuck's the token? Oh, the token's all the way over there. Fuck you guys. Do you want to? Might have missed this part. What's the plan for getting into the merchant district? One gate, multiple gates.
Well, first and foremost, we could always use the giant hole they blew up here.
That's also true.
And if the gates aren't open, that's the plan. But otherwise, we could just go through one of the gates.
Yeah.
The gates are guarded, and the hole likely is as well.
Ah, they're actually guarding the merchant district.
Then
Well,
I
I don't.
would say we head for the hole. Oh, the guarded hole.
Alright, this is gonna be an out of character question. Just out of curiosity, was there any warp stone at the little fortification they had.
No.
Alright.
I feel like we might be able to get in via this gate. It's the most isolated.
Yeah.
Which would make it difficult for reinforcements to be summoned.
Well, I mean, if we're just taking a gate, taking the hole in the wall is definitely the easiest. That's going to be far hardest to defend.
The problem is, it's also it's also like the furthest thing away, and then we have to also essentially backtrack by going down.
Correct.
Yeah, let's go for this.
So my question is: the gates are guarded, but are they open or closed?
Most of them seem to be closed.
And there's a good chance they're probably not. And the gate, because of the fact we've been in, of course, this place for a while. How are the gates opened and closed? Is it via a?
Guys,
The inner city gates are portcullis.
Mm-hmm.
what about sewers? Remember how we first got into God's Row from...
We really want to go through the sewers, which is basically Skaven territory.
Just throwing it out here.
Yeah, no, it's an option.
It's a good option.
I will say you have about 500 to 600 people with you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We could, but wouldn't be the best idea.
Do any of the people know of a hidden entrance into the merchant district?
No one speaks up to answer you.
Okay. What sort of defenses would we be encountering at the gates?
Most likely other sails at the top, or probably Silvermen to guard the gates themselves.
Yeah, because
All
I
right,
would.
some Rattling cannons on the top of the wall too, but easily enough that your army could overwhelm one gate. You'd probably take some losses, but you could do it. From scouting reports as well, from farther away, the hole in the wall has been barricaded and is also fortified.
Okay.
Well, the hole will likely still be the easiest to take, but if we were to have to make a organized retreat, having to go all the way back there would probably not end well for us. So,
Yeah, I say we deal with this gate. It's the most isolated one, so it's going to be difficult for them to get reinforcements. And it would be it is the closest to where we suspect the catapults to be. So
I agree.
let us go then.
we go
Do the
to.
assaults on the gate go about as well as we'd expect them, Zach? Or does
Yes.
something unexpected happen? All right. In
So,
which case-
like, there's a few losses, obviously, but it goes well.
Very well.
So, to make things easier for me, get rid of those. I did move the factory. Well, I thought I moved the factory the right spot it was, but someone moved again. Whoever drew
Right.
it. Because it is covering those buildings, actually. You were really close.
Ah, okay. No, I was like, it seems a bit too far from the wall. Let me move it back. All right.
I think we're going to also. I think probably stationing at least a few people here would be a good idea at the gate, just to keep it open for the time.
A number of the troops will stay.
Yeah.
Quite a few targets.
Yep. That's the problem with destroying them in time as well.
So, all of the red circles are trebuchets. The merchant district itself has seemingly almost been nearly flattened.
Oh wow.
They've just been taking the buildings down and turning them into siege weapons or whatever they need. Of note, the Merchants Guild is, in fact, the basis of the factory, and you can see it from where you're at here. And
Factory.
yes, and of note, now you've seen guns. You know what guns look like.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard of cannons. This is much bigger than a cannon. Out of the factory, facing towards the Talabheim, is a giant cannon barrel. Out of character, roughly the size of a bombard. It is made of a green material that glows and is covered in Skaven runes to the point that it seems to be moving. And if you stare at it for too long, it starts hurting.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
fuck.
So let me just
Now, is it like this? I think. Let's see.
I think I have an image of it.
There you
Dardanella's cannon. Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
was
like
thinking
that.
thinking of closer towards the Tsar cannon.
They're about the same size, honestly.
Yes.
Either way, that's a big fucking cannon.
And if you couldn't tell from the description, it's made entirely out of warpstone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hooray! We're gonna hooray! Terminal melanoma as soon as we get near it.
Well, look at it, it's just a cannon sticking out of the factory now. Well, Griffon says, it looks like our priorities might have shifted. That is a big cannon. Well, Siegfried, do we do your plan? There is a catapult after all. I'm not sure we have enough men to turn it around. What do we say we liven up the rat's day?
Let's commandeer one of the trebuchets. Turn it against them.
All right. Either way, whichever way we're going, we're gonna head straight down against this catapult and see what we can do.
Yeah.
Okay. This is gonna go well.
You head to the catapult along with your army. There's some fighting, and obviously there's Skaven there that you end up fighting off. You get there, and there are two real main issues. First, the trebuchet isn't quite like you can physically just turn it around because it's not attached to the ground.
Yes.
But it wasn't built to fire backwards. Two, it's ammunition. You've seen these before, smaller, with the globeteers.
Yeah.
However, its ammunition seems to be those poison wind globes, but roughly the size of a man, height and width, as a sphere. It went into a building.
Oh, what was it? Sorry, I didn't quite catch that last part.
Probably wouldn't do much to a building because it's a glass sphere.
Yeah, it's anti-infantry weapon.
Do we? Is there like rubble?
No, the Griffon holds up a hand before you do. I'm not sure I'd risk sending this flying out into the city, but if I were to do it, it doesn't matter if it does a lot to the building or not. As long as the building's empty when we get to it, it'll have done its job, no?
Got the enemy, then move in.
I don't know. We've seen those rats wear some blasted contraptions which protect them from the fumes.
But only some of them. Still, you are right. If they happen to all be ready, this would prove to be more of an inconvenience than nothing. War Crimes Edition.
Like, these rats are using gas weapons. That's against the Geneva Convention. But if we use it against them, no one can complain, right?
Turnabout's fair play, right?
Part of me is tempted to go full dwarf and just start gathering up like the rubble of buildings and then inscribing the grudges on them and then throwing the rocks back.
A bunch of grudges in the building. All right, you have +1 to hit.
Because you gotta think about it. It's not a war crime. There's no one around to complain about it.
It's still a war crime, buddy.
It's
It's just
war crime,
mean
but it's
to go
done
on
in
end.
peacetime.
I'm just imagining like someone sieging a dwarven city, or hell, even like an imperial city with dwarves living in it. And, like they're like building like siege weapons to like counter the siege, and like these like dwarves just like carry the rebels of one of their shops just inscribed with dwarven grudges. It's like, here, use this.
I mean, the dwarven catapults I call dwarven grudge throwers because they throw like pieces of rubble with grudges like inscribed upon them.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that is something the dwarves literally do.
The dumbest one is where they strap a goblin to the rock before firing it.
Oh yeah, goblovers.
Yeah. So that's the question. Are there like, pieces of rubble, like large pieces of rubble?
Most of the buildings here have been torn down to help build the trebuchet. So the trebuchet itself is built out of rubble. It doesn't look great. We could make more rubble. Go break down a building.
I'd be fine with that, honestly.
First and foremost, like before we do any of this, Griffon takes a look at the trebuchet. What kind of odds would I have to actually aim this thing? Since I'm the one with the knowledge science.
There's a skill for that.
Unfortunately, yeah, this would be
Engineering.
Oh shit! Well, we're screwed.
I'd allow you to use science.
Yeah.
I'd say at a -20.
Well, Griffon is just gonna take an eyeball look and see what he can think of this thing.
Nice.
Do with that
Sit
check
down
as
and
you
just start drawing out the math. Yeah, you think you can figure it out. You just have to turn it so far.
Yeah, Griffon is just like, yes, we can do it. Like pulling out some of his like paper. Goes, yeah, I think I could do this, everyone. I think I could fire it. Probably no more than once, but I think I could get a shot off.
Then let's do it.
Make it count, I guess.
Yeah. But
So-
it's like, what do we fire? Our grudges or the globe of the air? Siegfried, you're the leader. What do you say?
Let us fire our rubble back at them.
You see my character already grabbing rubbles, like wondering why you guys were still talking.
All right. So yeah, Griffon assists the army to turn this catapult around as the rest of them start breaking down nearby houses, buildings, gathering rubble, inscribing their anger.
Most shops, the main way would probably be like tie ropes around load-bearing walls and pillars and pulling after weakening them.
Yeah.
You see my dwarf just over there chiseling something, just happens to be spelling Griffon's name in Norska.
I see. No matter which dwarf you play, in Griffon ends up in the book of grudges.
I mean, I feel like we have a new game plan now. We go to each trebuchet, and we turn around and fire off a shot at the factory.
Such a funny fucking idea. Griffon is already struggling with this catapult, which is like right next to it, but he's gonna do his best, okay? Oh no. And with that, we have gathered the rubble. And with the help of his helpful sieging team, Griffon launches the hit.
Release.
What happens? As rubble and dirt, grudges and anger
Probably
flies.
a ballistic skill at +30.
I was gonna say roll to hit, bitch.
Alrighty then. We believe in
+30 because you're full aim bonus.
Oh my fucking
Holy-
god.
I wrote +30, so I'm gonna re-roll that. But
I mean, that's
Let's
natural 100, definitely.
Uh-huh.
plus Not enough.
Jesus.
I tried.
It flies towards the factory, slams into the side of it, and glances off, damaging it, but not destroying it.
Damn it! Griffon slams his hand down on the side of the catapult. A likely ruin from the whatever we just did to it.
Now,
Yeah.
about 10 to 15 seconds later,
Here
you
comes
hear
the response.
something faint. Coming from the factory.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Griffon just like, fuck, this thing is out of alignment. Get some more rocks. I might be able to do it again.
More rubble.
I mean, is that catapult still operable? I know what's gonna to happen. They are charging up the cannon, but
For people not listening, you hear an alarm coming from
Yeah.
the factory.
Yeah, I do hear it.
I just know some people don't like my music. Julius.
No, I mean, try and get a second shot up in time.
considering that Rolf has been using his bow for a while, can he lend his sight to okay, this should be assist in aiming?
Yeah.
That's very fitting as well, considering he was trying to go into guns. All right.
Load another shot. Load another.
As the alarm rings in the background and the people gather up more and more rubble, Griffon tries to aim it once more, and hopefully with the aid of Rolf, this time might be just good enough. Do we make it in time? Or does the alarm bring out whatever bad stuff the Skavens could plan for us?
You're able to fire it off while the alarm is going off.
All right.
I'm pretty sure if we fuck this up, then the cannon fires and we might die.
We probably die if we're dead as fuck if the cannon fires, but Rolf, would you like to make the check?
Can I? I don't know who's supposed to roll.
Yeah, it's you.
Alright.
Because of sharpshooter and it's technically with aiming, fuck it, plus 60.
Alright.
Griffon just
Ballistic skill.
sees Rolf taking a look, curious look at it, and just goes, fuck it. I think you got this, Rolf. You've always been more than you seem.
Oh my fucking god.
No way. No way.
Guys, I needed that
What is
plus
it?
60.
It still would have failed on 100.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm aware.
Literally just enough, by the way. And with that, just the ballista explodes underneath us, or whatever the fuck happens.
So the trebuchet fires, and the piece of rubble, grudges written into it, at least one, slams into the roof of the building. And then nothing, at least yet. You do hear the alarm cut out. And then you see spreading from it a green cloud rolling over the streets.
I'd say that did its job partially, and we can pull back to the gate.
Fall back to the gates. With any luck, the gas will wash over this district and kill the Skaven.
Let's not fall back to the gate. Let's get up on the gate, just in case it keeps spreading. Let's not be caught out guard outside. Go, everyone, go!
Fall back to behind the gates.
Going back.
Sorry, because maybe before we reacted, does it look like the gas is spreading and it doesn't seem to stop after a certain point, just goes and goes like a mist?
It's spreading across the city.
Did it? Just to be sure, we did do significant damage to the building.
It went in straight through the roof, and it seems definitely damaged. You don't quite. The cannon seems to have shifted, but you don't know if it got hit or if it just moved with the building.
Griffon just
As you approach the gate,
Mm-hmm.
you see 6 storm vermin lined up. They have swords and shields. They don't have great weapons. They are armored in what is effectively Skaven full plate.
Oh,
It
fuck.
actually seems to be made out of pieces of Gromril for the dwarf.
Oh,
Mhm.
fuck.
Behind them, you see a large black Skaven with curved horns.
Oh, fuck.
I was going to say
holding
if
a
you see a
staff
rat with a star on his eye.
with a staff tipped with a Skaven skull and pieces of warpstone for eyes. And behind him, you see on a moving platform, like a movable platform, what seems to be an organ taken from one of the churches, and 3 Skaven playing it.
Uh-huh. So he has literally a fucking like music ink because of his goons.
That is the exact music that I imagine
That's
going
great.
in my head as well.
I'm just imagining them playing, do the mess around.
I'm just imagining like these guys are like sitting at the like piano waiting to play when we show up. Like they're breaking, they're stunning. Start the song.
Like you do notice like him motion towards the guys in the back as you step up.
Yeah.
And I will leave it off with this picture in Terror to Talabheim.
What a dramatic fucking thing.
I like this. I like this Skaven already.
For a moment, I'm like, I mean, this is Grace here, like, or is it the Warlock?
Yes, you do recognize it. This is Asterix Steli.
Yep. If we take him down, we're significantly close to winning. However, if his minions look this good, he's probably kind of scary.
Yeah, most likely. And we are probably on a time limit because of the gas
And-
rolling in behind.
Mhm.
Well, the reason I am ending it early is because both you all and I will want Kadra for this fight.
All right.
Yeah, we probably will. Plus, this won't be a short battle. And I was gonna have to go in an hour either way, so.
Mhm.
Just need to check if I can make next week's session.
Mhm. It is such a dramatic, by the way, as well. As
Pull a
the
donut
cloud.
and call out of work.
What was that?
I said pull a donut and call out of work for the boss battle.
I have never done. I have never done that before.
Didn't you do it once for this session?
No.
He said he wanted
I
to.
joked about it, but I ended up not
Mhm.
doing it
Oh, okay.
because, as it turns out, I like money.
What the
Alright,
fuck,
so-
Download? Betraying your directly D&D session for money. What the fuck?
Alright, so that'll be my next 2 Sundays. I do have work next week at from 8 to 3. I guess I could try to find somebody interested in taking that shift.
Only do it if you want. Like
Mhm.
this is just a game.
Yeah, like, we like having you witches, but like your own job is definitely more important.
Yep.
Mhm.
Well, I get called a fucking traitor. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Donut. Everything's fair.
It's because you're British.
You're British.
Yeah, you're supposed to keep a stiff upper lip about these things.
You fucking cunts.
Could be worse. Could be worse. Could be French.
Oh yeah.
I expect the Americans to turn on me as a British person. But
I mean, you know what? I have to give it to the Brits. At least their bread is soft.
Well,
No, to be fair, it could be worse. You could be Bretonian.
hey, I will give them that. Their bread actually tastes like bread, not like cake like it does here.
well, that's because we actually have food standards in the UK.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I was talking about how French bread and how
Fuck off.
you can hit someone with it and kill them.
The legendary dwarven bread. Mhm. All right,
Um,
next time we play a Warhammer game, we all show up as Bretonnian knights, owing to become.
One question, kind of
But all armor
usual.
begets.
I'm gonna assume not because we are just before a boss battle. Do we get XP for this particular session, or do you want to wait after the boss battle?
I will give you 100. You can choose one final advance before the battle.
One final advance before I get.
Final choice. One final chance.
How many of you guys are gonna put it in wounds?
I've already maxed it out way before.
Good.
I have specifically one more wound to go. So you know what? Yeah, I'm taking it.
I maxed out my wounds last session. I would have been at 1 wounds if I hadn't. But like before we got healed.
Alright, putting it at the woods.
What is it?
That's 16 hit points.
Okay. What is everyone's like max wounds out of curiosity?
15.
16.
17.
Okay, and Graphone? 15.
15. Mhm.
I'm sitting at a nice 17.
All right, slightly more unlikely to die. I see. Mhm.
So if I wanted
No.
to, I could actually go higher than you, but I'm debating about taking a skill.
Up to you.
Up to you. 18 is a nice good number for wounds.
I'm just wondering if there's anything I can do. I could grab the swashbuckling talent and just leap around the place, but it requires a strength check, and mine's decent, but
What is your strength?
strength is 41. Yeah, success. And it's like for every degree, every 10, you lose like 1 feet, I think, or something like that. So if I roll really poor, sorry.
I'm giving Jay the effect of it. I replied to my picture of Asarak
Mm-hmm.
with Takata and Fugue in D minor, and then tagged Jay.
Mm-hmm. It's great. I'd say just, by the way, it's like there better be like an actual organ in the back of the boss fight just playing.
I will be sure to do that, and
Yes.
I will have this music playing until you get shot.
Yeah, like every time somebody rolls like really badly, like you say, like you almost hit the musicians in the back and they duck and cover.
It's like three or four Skaven playing a grand organ.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of other Skaven slaves to push it around. Oh, you're a villain, alright, but not a super one. What's the difference?
Like, you see some of the Skavens, like as the green mist come closer, they like start clambering up on top of the organ. The guy playing it looks desperately at them, desperately chance kind of starts playing faster, hoping the boss will hurry up.
Nice. Nice. I think I'm gonna bounce.